Alright guys, second part of the review is the statue, which you can see here. I went ahead and took it out of the box. It just sat in the bottom of the box, so you pull the top part of the styrofoam off, and underneath is the statue wrapped in plastic. So nothing too crazy there, nothing really special to see, so I just went ahead and took it out. This is what comes with the entire thing. This is the first thing that you see when you open the box, and it's a letter from somebody dated the 15th of January 2610, and it says, "Cousin, this sculpture is a 1/53rd scale replica of the Reach War Memorial at Hosakter in New Alexandria. It was cast from the original competition submission and then hand-painted by the artist. The curator of the Museum of Humanity has been expecting it for quite some time now. Please extend my apologies to her for the delay, but intersystem commerce being what it is, this is the earliest it could be sent. That aside, this is really more about getting what's with the sculpture. A now obsolete 600 series Oni security container. Don't worry, I've de-iced it off Reach into you," which is what we opened up in the first review that told all about, Noble and what happened in Dr. Halsey's journal was in it and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool how, it's something that they found after the war was over and whatnot. So, I found the container among the old man's effects after he passed away. I served under him back in the 80s when your cousin and I were still with B5. I've perused its contents, but returned everything to its proper place, just as I found it. Some may find the artifacts life-altering, all would find them historically significant. I'm sure you'll agree. Now it's your turn. You can hand over the container to Mrs. Bjarn at the museum as a curious relic, or get it to someone at IN. There's plenty of stuff in there that the old guard may still be willing to kill over. I know you'll do the right thing. Best regards, a friend. So it's pretty neat how this whole box was sent to you by a friend with this replica of the War Memorial statue for Noble Team, but he also included that shipping container which has all sorts of secret information in it, the game being the accurate recount of what happened, and then Dr. Halsey's journals and whatnot, and all sorts of cool stuff. But this is the statue that comes inside. You can see it's Noble Team standing on this rock-like feature. And this statue was made by McFarlane Studios. So, that being said, in the long line of things that McFarlane has screwed up, there's a few things on here that he's continued his trend with. And the first one is the base. Now, I know there's probably issues with shipping weights and sizes and stuff like that, but come on. A plastic hollow base. They could have done something a little bit more with it. I mean, just the material that it's molded out of, like this plastic material, it has this shiny look to it, so it totally makes the rocks look unrealistic. But that isn't the focus point. The focal point is the actual Noble Team that's standing on top. You got Jorge, Kat, Carter, Emil, and June. Noble 6 isn't on there. I don't know what their reasoning for it is. Maybe he makes it in the end of the game and he wasn't one of the ones that died. I don't know. I haven't played the game. Who knows? But Noble 6 isn't on there for whatever reason. Maybe we'll find out someday. But the ones that are on there look good. The figures are made from like a molded plastic, kind of like the action figures are. And they're actually really detailed. They're bigger than the other action figures too. Here is a normal Halo Reach action figure from McFarlane. You put it next to these guys, and as you can see, these guys got about 1.5 inches of height on the actual figure. So they're pretty darn big. And the detail's perfect too. Everything looks good. The armor's weathered. All sorts of stuff. If they would have reworked the base a little bit better, man, the statue would have been amazing. So all the details really good on that, which I'm happy about. That being said, give you a quick look. There's the three, George, Kat, and Carter. And then you flip it around that way, and you see June over here, and then Emil, and then Carter over there. Flip it all the way around, and you see the Noble logo on the back, and then some sort of, Museum of Humanity symbol or UNC symbol or something like that. You flip the statue over and you can see what I was talking about with how it was made. It's just kind of empty, hollow plastic. This entire rock is hollow in the back and stuff like that. But then again, for coming with a video game, the way it did, it's still pretty cool. A few things that are missing. I didn't want to put these on. It comes with a little bag of weapons. You've got a battle rifle right here for Carter, a shotgun for Emil, June's sniper rifle, and George's Gatling gun. George's Gatling gun and June's sniper rifle have their hands attached, so in the way that the statue is now, they're missing their hands. This isn't mine, so I didn't want to put that on there. I wanted to leave it to Chuck to be able to do those honors for himself since it is his. But Carter will get his battle rifle, which will hold in his hands. Emil's shotgun mounts onto his back. You put June's sniper rifle in his hands by plugging in the peg and system here, and he'll be holding his sniper rifle out that way. And then George over here, when you plug his hand in, he'll be holding his giant Gatling gun off to his side there. It's pretty impressive. I really do like it. I'd like to have one someday, so I'll either have to buy a Legendary Edition myself if I can find one, or see if I can find the statue online or something like that. But I'm going to give you guys a quick little up-close view at some of the figures, and then that should be it. So let's see about getting you in close here. You got Carter right there in the front, and then you got Kat to his left, her robotic arm. Then you got George right next to her. And then you flip it all the way around, and there's Emil. And then one more, and June is posted up right there. You can see what I was talking about right there, about the hand. All in all, really cool statue. Definitely better than the Legendary Scale helmet that came with the first Halo 3 game. I haven't played the game yet. I don't know what's going on. I will play it eventually. Hopefully I'll have one of my own of these someday, shortly, when it can be afforded. But all in all, I would definitely get the Legendary Scale version over the other versions. If you're going to pay $70 for a video game, you might as well pay an extra $70, get a cool statue, and get the whole video game and everything as well that goes along with it. It's like opening this thing and going through the contents of this box was almost like telling a story, and it was really cool. Bravo to Microsoft and Bungie for going out with a bang with Bungie Studios, this being their last Halo franchise game that they'll be doing. But everything was cool. I mean, it was like you could actually hear the history behind it all and stuff like that. It was just really neat. And then it was neat how they tied this in as like a war memorial statue for Noble Team. So really cool stuff. Do pick it up. It's totally worth, I think, the $149.99 price tag that GameStop has on it. Not just the statue, but just the whole experience and all the information that you get while you're opening it up too. So if you guys can afford it, go out and get it. It's definitely a must. Halo Reach and the Legendary Edition. We'll be going back to Chuck's house. Maybe when he's done with it, I can play through it and give you guys a little more insight to what's going on. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you watch the other video about the contents of the little security package with Dr. Halsey's journal and stuff like that. And definitely go get your own. You guys collect everything.